Hello, I'm Jennifer Collins, and I'm a member of the Newtown Lions, and I'm here with Bob Schmidt, who has been the chair of the duck race, the annual duck race in Newtown since 2008, and we're here today to talk a little bit about the hard work, the planning, and the magic that goes into Newtown's annual Lions duck race.
I like the term magic. Nice to be here.
Yes, yes. So, and you want to tell us a little bit why we have the ducks here today?
It's a good question. A lot of people ask us, do you use real ducks? And we don't. We have little rubber ducks, and they have numbers on the bottom. These are just 12 of the 5,000 that we have in reserve.
Yeah, 5,000, and I understand that the Newtown Lions Duck Race is the second largest, I believe, event that occurs in Newtown every year, second only to, I think, the Newtown Labor Day Parade.
Yes.
So what makes it so big and so special every year?
Because it's not just a race, it's a town fair, and it gradually became a town fair. Started off as just a race, and we added exhibitors, entertainment, and vendors, and it just became this huge town fair. We have live entertainment the whole time. We also have things for kids, bounce house, we have a slide, we have mini golf, things like that, and everything is free. There's no admission charge. The only thing we hope that you'll buy is duck race tickets. And the ticket, the number on the bottom of the duck matches your ticket number.
Now, where do you find these exhibitions and the musicians and the performers every year? How do you come up with who's going to perform and present an exhibition at the duck race?
You beg. I'm a musician myself, so I do know a lot of the entertainers in town, and it is a great opportunity to showcase your talents. So there's also dance studios, and they love to come, and they bring their families and they bring their friends, so it really helps. So we couldn't do the duck race without the entertainment.
Lots of music and lots of local talent that comes to show, and I see
Yes.
that they pull in the families and the kids sometime to try to teach them and see if that might be an activity they may be interested in as they get older.
Yeah, yeah.
And I was very surprised. I only joined the Newtown Lions this year in 2023, and I was very surprised to see that there are 20 prizes. So can you tell us a little bit about how you make up the prizes and how you obtain those and how they're given out?
Well, we figured we go to a lot of trouble to get these ducks into the water, so why have just one prize? So our first prize we pay for ourselves, $2,000, and then the next 19, the members of the committee go out and ask, and the businesses are so generous. Every year we get over $2,000 worth of donated, mostly gift cards, and it's fantastic.
Yeah, I think I saw a lot of restaurants and,
Yes.
and restaurants and activities.
And we have great restaurants in Newtown, so we are really indebted to the people in this town.
And I'm sure people are very curious about the actual process of how the ducks are collected, how they're let go in the water, and how the 20 winners of the ducks are determined.
Yes. What we have, and we can bring up a slide on this, is a triangle system of PVC pipes that was planned even before I became chair. And they put this together, and it funnels the ducks down into just enough room for one duck to go through at a time. And then they stand there and collect, okay, that's number one, that's number two, number three, all the way up. It's really a clever system, and it takes about an hour or two to set up way before the race starts.
And so just as far as the race preparation in total, how many months does it take? Like, when do you start prep for the, I think this year it was June 2nd, but you know, what's the advanced planning time frame?
Usually we meet November or December prior to the race year. and we decide when are we going to have it. We used to have it every year on Memorial Day weekend, and we found that a lot of the town people never can go because they travel and visit family. So we've been playing with different dates, anything from June, as late as June 25th, and this year was June 3rd. So there's no perfect date, but we keep trying.
I think the first week in June was a good choice this year because the kids weren't out of school yet, and there seemed to be a lot of families around, and it was nice to kind of get away, at least local, kind of like a little staycation, in town while the school is still in session until they hit summer.
It did work, but one of the negative things were Lathrop School of Dance, which has been a tradition, and you saw them in the opening credits, the little kids dancing. They have several of their different groups dance. They have their show that night, so they couldn't be part of it. So we're thinking maybe we need to move it. There's always something going on in this town.
Sure. Try to include as many as possible of our usual contributors. Absolutely. And then the actual dumping of the ducks into the Pawtucket River, does that happen after these exhibitions and performers are done? It happens more so towards the culmination of the day?
Right. The race itself is the culmination of the day. So all of the events, and I think I mentioned before, everything is free. There's no charge for anything. So at 2 o'clock, we have to stop selling tickets so we can account for the ducks that we have to put in the water, because not all of them go in the water, only ones that people have bought tickets for. So Mike Porco, who owns the property that we have this in, takes his payloader truck, and we can bring up the slide on that one where they're loading on the ducks. And then he drives it over to the bridge over the Pawtucket River, and then we do a countdown. So someone is on the phone with me, I'm on the stage with the microphone, and we do a countdown. We synchronize it, and everybody cheers. It is so much fun, and they're screaming, and the kids are yelling. And
I think that's my favorite part of the day. I've been going for several years now, is when all the kids start chanting, "Dump the ducks." I think that's my favorite part.
Yes.
So, and how do you ultimately announce the winners once you've collected those 20 ducks to hand out the prizes?
And sometimes people get a little impatient. So we've had little prizes for people who wait around patiently. Once they get the ducks, they have to then bring them to our processing booth. And then they match the numbers on the ducks to the tickets. So that takes a little while, and then they bring that up to me on the stage, and I announce the winners. And this year, for the first time ever, the first prize person was actually there.
Oh, great.
So we could give him the $2,000 check. And I think we have a photo of that. We bring that up where I gave it to. Her name was Nancy. And it was great to be able to give that out. Sometimes there's maybe one person who gets one of the prizes, and sometimes there's nobody, and I feel bad for the audience. But we try to keep them entertained. We play music. This time I played Simon Says with the kids who were waiting. So.
Okay. And ultimately, the prizes are sent to the winners, even if they're not in attendance.
That's my whole day Sunday spent calling them, and a lot people will say, "Is this a joke?"
Oh, because they won something.
Harry? No, you really won this. Bob Schmidt from the duck race.
That's great.
And then I mail them out that week. So.
And with regard to selling the tickets, aside from selling them at the actual event, we also sell them, leading up into the event for several months at different local establishments, restaurants, places. And
Yes.
so that's one of my favorite parts too, is just seeing people approach the duck table to buy a ticket, and they're just so excited that the event is coming forward. So.
Yes, and it's fun because the little kids, they drag their parents up. What's that? Usually we have some ducks on the table or a large duck on the table, and kids will come over. And it's fun, especially if they haven't ever seen or been to the duck race. And you can explain it, and we have pictures to show the ducks falling and everything. So it's just a lot of fun. And I tell everybody, this is the fun committee. We just enjoy it. It's not so much about how much money we make, and we do make some money, usually 10 or 1,000 or more, which goes to the Lions charities, but it's really about families coming together in Newtown, having fun, and not spending a lot of money, and spending 3.5 hours together.
And of course, the ultimate result of what is made from the duck race, that goes on to the Lions charities, and you know, that's distributed according to the charities that Lions Club typically supports.
Exactly.
Great.
And most of it, majority, goes to local charities,
Help our members of the community.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. Wonderful. So is there anything else that you'd like to add, knowing that the duck race will be coming up again in just a few 10 or 11 months
It'll
away?
be coming too soon. I need to rest. My ducks are in my shed resting right now.
Yeah.
So I would say don't miss the duck race. If you haven't been to the duck race, you're missing something great. And it's at the end of May or early June. And you can purchase tickets ahead of time online, or you can purchase them at local stores, and of course on the day of the race. But it's something you don't want to miss. So we will see you at the duck race.
Great, thanks.